Can you hear me, Jennifer?
Yep, I can hear you. Thanks.
Okay.
I have started recording.
Looks like maybe we're missing a president and a vice president, unless I am not seeing them on the call.
No, I'm calling him right now. Hang on.
Okay.
Is this like a college class where we wait 15 minutes?
Well, I'm second VP, so I can run the meeting if they're not going to be here.
Okay, I just got a text back. He and Chris are still tied up in a meeting. Can we run it, Jennifer? If you don't mind, that'd be great.
Yeah, that's no problem. I'm going to need some help with Ronnie or from Ronnie from the agenda because I'm on my phone and so I can't see it. So if Ronnie will keep us on agenda, then sure, I'm happy to run the meeting. Did I read that she's got no mic? Oh, this will be fun.
I know.
All right, we're going to make this work. Well, I will call the meeting to order at 9:34 and good morning, everybody. Do we have appreciation for anyone today? This is the point in the meeting where we express appreciation for things that our chapter members have done. All right, well, I have a lot of appreciation for the work that the conference planning committee is doing. We are on track, and thanks to work by a lot of people, we've got call for papers out. And I also have appreciation for the committee that is putting together our holiday party and awards ceremony that are happening tomorrow and Thursday. Ronnie says, I'm working console and on a call, be there in a minute. Man, we are all busy today. Thank you, everybody who has joined us for the meeting in spite of being holiday busy.
Jennifer, let me find the agenda and I'll see if I can help out.
No problem. While we're working on that, I think Ronnie posted the meeting minutes from last meeting. Did everybody have a chance to review them?
I did.
Excellent. I did as well. Do we even have a quorum, Kathy?
That's what I was just looking at. Hang on just a second. We got 1, 2,
you and me and Jody
3,
and Ronnie and Jackie and
4,
Bobby.
5, 6. We have 6.
It's close because don't we need, yeah, I think I need 6 when I take votes.
Yeah, so there's me, Ronnie, Jody, Jennifer, Jackie.
Bobby Joe.
Yes, Bobby. I'm sorry, I was scrolling up. So there's 6.
There are 12 board members from the executive committee page, executive board page. So if you need a majority, that would probably be a 7.
7. Yep. So no, we don't have enough.
No problem. We will just have a informational meeting and we will approve the minutes at our January meeting. Jody, are you in a position where you can give a treasurer's report?
Yes, give me 1 second because I'm not finding the agenda in the drive, so I'm probably not going to be much help there.
No problem.
So hang on 1 second. All right. So I haven't done 1 second, guys.
Well, while she's doing that, I will give an update on conference planning. Conference is scheduled for April 29th through May 1st, 2024 at the Embassy Suites in Loveland. The contract is in place, and we have contracted with our pre-conference class, which will be, is it Axis Sleep, Kathy? Is that the right name?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's how they pronounce it. It's like AXS or something. Yeah.
So this is an 8-hour class, kind of builds on the presentation that we had in August at the task force meeting. But this is a class specifically on sleeping for first responders. That doesn't mean sleeping while on the job. Sorry. But it's actually extremely valuable and very much geared toward public safety professionals. So we're excited to be bringing that as a pre-conference class. We have our keynote set for our keynote opening presentation, and our call for papers is open. So as you know, we need great presentations to have a robust conference. So for all of you who haven't put in their conference presentations yet, I highly recommend it. The deadline's been extended to December 14th, so you have a little bit more time. But if you go to our Colorado NENA APCO website, it has all the information and the link to submit your presentation. So if you are not the one who likes speaking in public, then I encourage you to reach out to those of you or those in your circles who do like to present in public spaces so that we can get those papers in and get the conference agenda out. I will ask you to mark your calendars. So we're doing something a little bit different this year, and we're going to have a flash day on January 23rd. Again, that's January 23rd is going to be our flash day, and that will be the one opportunity to get the conference at a discounted price. We're not going to do an early bird pricing this year. So flash day will be the discount day, and then after that, it just goes to regular rate for members and non-members. We're going to do a lot of advertising and outreach on that information so that people can budget and adjust their days accordingly. So flash day will be that. And we'll have our regular conference schedule with classes on Tuesday morning, the vendor exhibition in the afternoon on Tuesday, our dinner and entertainment Tuesday evening, and then classes on Wednesday morning. And we're going to end the conference this year on Wednesday at noon. We'll do classes, and then we'll do our chapter meeting and induction ceremony, and then we will do our lunch, and then people will be free to move on with their lives after having a great conference. So that's the agenda. What did I miss, Kathy?
I think you covered all of it pretty well. And also, just so you know, Gina just joined. So now we do have a quorum. We have 7.
Oh, perfect. Welcome, Gina. All right. So then we can go back and entertain a motion to approve the previous meeting's minutes.
This is Kathy. I so move.
Thanks, Kathy. Do we have a second?
Gina will second.
Thanks, Gina. All in favor of approving the minutes? Please say aye.
Aye.
Great. I got thumbs up. Any opposed? Same sign. All right. Motion carries and the minutes are approved. Thank you. Jody, did we give you enough time for the treasurer's report?
Yes, sorry, the bank locked me out and then I couldn't get back in. Okay, so currently in our checking account, we have $4,572.64. In our savings account, we have $74,134.78. We have a outstanding bill to Crown Trophies for $1,094. We have an outstanding bill to QuickBooks for $645. And I believe we have a couple of outstanding bills related to the holiday party that I have not seen yet. Otherwise, we got our entity file with the state between Ronnie and I, as well as we got there was one other thing that we did. Oh, we got the 2022 audit completed. So that's really all I have for the treasurer's report.
That's great. Anything out of the audit?
I haven't seen it yet. I just know that it's completed. They didn't seem too concerned about it, so.
Thank you for taking care of that. Does anybody have any questions? So for those who might be new, our chapter is very diligent about reviewing bank statements on a monthly basis and ensuring that our treasurer's reports are accurate due to an unfortunate incident that we had back in 2015 or so. So thank you, Jody, for being a good steward of our chapter funds, and we appreciate your work.
Thank you.
Yeah. So was anybody successful in pulling up the agenda?
Yeah, I have it here. Ronnie's actually taking the notes, but I can see it. So if you want to get an approval for the chapter or for the treasurer's report, that would be good. And then we can move into chair reports.
Perfect. I will entertain a motion to approve the treasurer's report.
This is Kathy. I'll move.
Thanks, Kathy. Do we have a second?
This is Gina. I'll second.
Thanks, Gina. All those in favor of approving our treasurer's report, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, any opposed, same sign. All right. Treasurer's report is accepted. Thank you. And I will assure you guys, I am not the one driving, just in case you were worried. Okay, so we'll move into chair reports and someone who can see the agenda, if
I got
you
it.
just call them out.
Finance Committee, Kathy.
Currently don't have any update for that. We're still waiting on the annual check that we get from Nina. I just checked the mailbox this past weekend and there was nothing in there. So once we get that, I'll make the deposit, make sure Jody's aware of it. Other than that, that's all I have.
Great, thank you. Any questions for Kathy? Next up.
Membership committee says no updates. Tyler's not here and you gave the conference committee. Is Ashley on for outreach? It says no updates, but I want to make sure. Sorry, Ronnie, I'm moving it on you. Okay, no, Ashley, technology committee. I think Daryl's on. I don't know if Patrick's on.
I am on. I don't really have anything to report for the tech committee, other than the website is up for the conference, and I'll be adding more to that as I get it from the conference committee.
That's great. Thank you, Daryl, and thank you for building our conference website on short notice and also doing push notifications on the app, I believe. So thank you very much for supporting the chapter that way. Next up.
Okay, Valerie with education says no updates. The bylaws committee, we have Matt Harwell listed as the chair, so I guess we probably ought to address that, Jennifer.
All right.
I don't know if Brad was assisting him or if somebody was assisting him, but it's not listed here.
Okay.
It was Brad. It was Matt and Brad.
Well, maybe one of us can reach out to Brad and see if he wants to be chair. And if not, then we'll put out a request at our January meeting for a chair for the bylaws committee.
That sounds good. I can reach out to Brad and see what he wants to do.
Great. Thank you.
Chapter historian, Nate's got no updates. ProChart committee is still vacant. It's been vacant for a while. We probably ought to roundtable on that at some point. Peer support from Teresa has no update. Church from Linnell has no update. Brad and Matt, who are also co-chairs on professional development, and it looks like Ronnie didn't hear back from them, so we probably should circle back on that again. And that, while I let Ronnie catch up with all of the writing on the agenda here, Jennifer, that leads us to the PUC update.
Okay, I'm going to go back and circle back to peer support. I had Jessica Tresh reach out from Denver, and she's got some ideas and resources to add to peer support. So I'm going to turn it over to Jessica to see what she's got to contribute. Thank you, Jessica, for being here.
Good morning. Thank you for having me. I was looking at the website for on the Nina APCO peer support, and I've been working on getting a regional group together for a while, but as I'm sure we all know, it's really hard to get people to talk to each other. So one of the things I was working on, I'm going to drop a link in the chat here. It's just a kind of a quick, really easy to build website. So if everybody wants to kind of take a look at that and let me know what their thoughts are, I can easily make any changes and would really love to make some additions to that as I get more information. Kind of a side project for right now. So as I get more resources and things, I really want to make it Colorado specific, and keep it really updated with peer support teams and things like that so that we can all talk to each other. And then also have resources that people can just go and look at that are specific to dispatch and Colorado. And then on top of that, it actually just reminded me that we have a dispatch specific peer support training coming up that Denver is hosting. So I'm going to put a link for that in as well. And that one is going to be the last week of February into March. So that's going to be through Code 4. And we did one at the very beginning of this year. It was our first one, so we didn't really know how the dispatch specific one was going to go, but we got great feedback. And I have just a few spots left from that, but we actually have people all the way from Canada, Oklahoma, Arkansas that are coming to that too. So if any more local people would like to go, I have a couple more spots open.
Wow, that is awesome. Is that an in-person class?
Yes, it's a 40-hour training.
That's great. Any questions for Jessica? Looks like there's a question in the chat.
The form on Google has the flyer on it. But I can, if you put an email address, or I can put my email address in there, and anybody who wants more information, I can send the entire packet of, it's just a 2-page flyer.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Jessica. And thank you for working on peer support here in Colorado. I'm really happy to see the momentum that Denver 911 has. And I know there are other agencies making great strides in peer support as well. So the more that we have people contributing to resources, the better. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Any other questions on the committee chair updates or questions or thoughts before I move on to the PUC update? All right. So we've got a lot of activity going on at the PUC. We've got a couple, well, we just finished up one surcharge application increase, and we have another one on the schedule for this week. Those meetings are always open. We have work going on at the EZNet users group on the strategic plan. There's been a lot of work done on updating that strategic plan, and so we are supporting those edits and working to have a working draft by the middle of December for the EZNet users group meeting. I'm going to ask Daryl to help me out here. I should have made notes, but I forget that there's a PUC update on this meeting. And so I don't have an organized list of things that we're doing. So I'm going to phone a friend. Help me out here, Daryl.
That's okay. I got our list up. So CenturyLink filed a tariff amendment in September that was referred to an administrative law judge. We're waiting on that judge to schedule a hearing for that. So that's one open proceeding that we have in front of us right now, as well as a basic emergency service improvement plan application, which is the judge essentially put on hold until February. And the purpose of that application is to get CenturyLink to provide us with projects that they would like to fund through the tariff to improve 911 network diversity in the state, with the goal of reducing or mitigating outages. Jennifer already mentioned the 2 applications we have in front of us. The deadline, by the way, for a local 911 governing body to increase its surcharge, and it can go up to $2.05 starting February 1st. but the deadline to do that is rapidly coming up. They have to give 60 days notice to the carriers, which would work out to December 2nd or December 3rd, depending on how you count it. So if you know that your 911 authority is planning on doing that, they need to get that done pretty much this week, get the notice out to the carriers so that they make that 60-day notice requirement. And I think that pretty much covers it, Jennifer, unless I missed something.
No, I would only add that the commission approved the area code overlay in the 970 area code. And the implementation of that is kind of far out, but I just want to put it on your radar that if you are within that footprint where we'll have a new area code, that may require some reconfiguration to your call handling equipment, but you'll hear more about it coming up as it gets closer to.
Yes, and there was a timetable for implementation for 911 centers built into that original proposal that that was submitted to the commission for approval of the new area code. So that's already been planned ahead, and you will definitely be hearing more about it as we get closer to those dates.
Thanks so much, Daryl. Thanks for bailing me out.
Nah, you were doing fine.
Next on the agenda.
Couldn't find my mouse. National news. It looks like for Nina, Bruce is not here. I don't think we have anybody else from National Nina on, do we?
Not that I see.
Okay. Then it would be to Jackie for APCO.
Hi everyone, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So the only thing right now that we kind of have, I guess, pending with National is I don't know if anybody has heard. So we submitted a letter back to National APCO because at the national level, they have they dissolved the committee for conference, the CEC committee. And so the state of Colorado as a whole, thank you, Jennifer, for putting a letter together for sending to National and basically asking why was this done? Who made this decision? Because as members and as board members, nobody was told as to why it happened, and it was basically dissolved. Nobody had a vote on it. It never came to executive board to make a decision if this was for or against. They just made an overall decision. So we're still waiting to hear back from the national level as to why this happened. I know during the meeting that I had with the Western region, we were all kind of in favor as to why it happened, and nobody had gotten the response that we were looking for. And why wasn't it taken to members? Why wasn't it taken to voting members? If it had come down to that, it was never brought up to executive council. So I think come January, when we have our next meeting, we'll probably hopefully we'll have an answer by then. So I'll be able to give an update there. But that's our biggest outstanding thing as to why that committee as a whole was dissolved. Everything else for the year is just kind of wrapping up, so I don't have any other updates right now.
Thanks, Jackie. I'll take the opportunity to say, while you're submitting your presentation for our state chapter, the call for papers for National APCO is open as well. So if you'd like to go and present in Orlando, because everything's in Orlando this year, then that call for papers is open until December 14th as well. Any questions for Jackie? All right, thanks, Jackie. What's next?
New business, which has nothing listed in it. And that's it, unless we have anybody that wants to bring forth new business.
Well, I have something to bring up under new business. I would like to propose that our chapter consider, after we have our state conference and we see where our finances lie, I'd like for the chapter to think about whether or not we want to host a NINA class and or an APCO class for the benefit of our members for free at some point in 2024 between May and the end of the year. So not really an ask at this point or an action item, just something to be considering so that we can maybe put it on our radar as an activity for the end of the year, or middle to end. And then I would also say our holiday party and awards ceremony are tomorrow at Main Event in Highlands Ranch. That's a bowling alley. And we have a fantastic awards ceremony planned. We had some amazing nominations this year, and I would like to congratulate the chapter. Every single award category that we had more than one nomination, and some of them had up to 9 or 10. So fantastic participation in the awards process this year. Thank you so much, NENA APCO chapter of Colorado. We trade our nominees with the Kansas chapter, and they're the ones that pick our award winners. So it's not the same people in Colorado picking the award winners as sometimes they nominate. So it's totally impartial process. And Kansas said that they had a really hard time picking the winners. So that was a fantastic process. So we have the awards ceremony tomorrow from 11 to 2 at Main Event. And I encourage you to come on out and celebrate our winners and have some good food and some bowling. I know we have some competitive. Bring your competition. We are not having a gift exchange this year. So just show up and eat and be merry. And then for those of us on the Western Slope, we have our Western Slope award ceremony and party on Thursday from 11 to 2 at Freeway Bowl in Grand Junction. So I'd like to recognize Gina and Bobby Joe and Kathy and Nate. And I think I'm missing somebody on there who've been planning the parties. So thank you so much. Ronnie, I know there's somebody I'm missing. So thank you. Ronnie. So we've had really good party planning process, and I hope that you guys can all come and join us. It's supposed to be good weather for both days, so no traveling concerns. Who else has something to bring up for new business?
Jennifer, I didn't know if you could help me at all, but just the kind of like rotation with the positions that we've had recently with the board.
Sure. What kind of information are you looking for?
Well, just putting out that our president has changed and vice president and second like all the changes on the board side.
Oh, okay. You mean getting that information to APCO?
That, but then also if it's been announced with our chapter.
Ah, perfect. Ronnie, do you have access to posting on PS Connect? Ronnie doesn't have any mic, so let me go to the chat. But I do think that's a great point, and I think Ronnie would be as our secretary, would be the perfect one to put information about that out on PS Connect and to our NENA membership. So thank you very much for pointing that out, Jackie. And if Ronnie didn't hear that, then I'll make sure to follow up with her after the meeting. What am I doing? Ronnie, go ahead, Jackie.
Oh, no, that was it.
Oh, Ronnie, we're just hoping you can put out a message on behalf of the chapter about the changes to the board with Matt leaving and Tyler assuming the presidency and so on and so forth. Because I think Jackie's correctly pointing out that we haven't really communicated that to our chapter members. Copy that. All right. Who else has new business? Going once? Going twice. All right, well, we've got some great accomplishments going on in our chapter. We have a lot of work being done ahead of the conference. So I just want to take the opportunity to say thank you, everybody, for all the hard work that you're doing. And thank you for all the hard work that you're doing in 911 to support our citizens and our responders in Colorado. I don't think people understand how lucky they are to have you and your teams on the front lines, but we appreciate it here at the chapter. So thank you for everything that you're doing. And I hope that you all have a wonderful holiday season and that we see you at one of the parties. So if no one has anything else to contribute or to bring up, then I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Jennifer, it's Kathy. I'll just share a bad joke and then we can adjourn if that's okay with everybody.
I like the jokes. Go for it.
Okay. What do dads say after they eat too much on Thanksgiving? I need to go pie down. And I'll leave it at
Oh,
that.
man.
But bump. Yeah.
Thank you for continuing the dad joke tradition that Adam started. I love it.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, and I will also give a motion to adjourn the meeting on that note.
And I will
Thanks.
second on that note.
Thanks for leaving it on a high note, Kathy.
As always, hope to see a lot of you guys tomorrow at the party on the Front Range.
Sounds great. Happy holidays, everybody, and thank you.
Bye.